worry about me. We got cocaine and coffee here. We're gonna get wide and have a big party.
Yo, what's going on, yo? What's going on? It's been a while since I put something out. Been just taking it one day at a time and just working. Just doing the regular, you know. But I have a beat here. Same tradition, sample, drum, beat. But I thought I'd walk you guys through some of the techniques I've been using in the MPC to level this beat rather much so than mix in the DAW, because it's a very thin line. And if this mix doesn't sound catered to how you want it to sound, since it's the source, it's not going to sound as clear once it gets to the DAW. So I thought I'd do a concise video of just how everything is looking from a top-down view on what's on my screen. Hopefully you guys can see clearly what's on my screen. I try to make it as legible as possible to see, especially if you want to follow along in the JJOS world, and any other MPC hardware matter for that. But the principles still apply and they're the same. And sometimes when I make a beat like this, it could be a good day or a bad day. It might work, sometimes it might not work. But these are one of those instances where you have to come back to it if it's not sitting right with you, especially with leveling. So this is in real time. I had the beat already in my head, the sample and the ideal. I started it like 2 days ago, and I said I'm gonna leave it fresh. So this is not scripted, nothing. This is like real in real time. I have two sequences here, and I just been playing around with it, trying to get the drums to sound right. So I'm gonna let you guys peep that right now. This is the first sequence. It's just a 2-bar loop, and I'm gonna show you how I got there, right? So this is the pitched it up, of course. Right here. And then you're back in. I'm gonna let that sink in for a bit.
Don't worry about me. We got cocaine and coffee here. We're gonna get wide and have a big party.
And then knocks. So that's what's happening on the first sequence. This is the second sequence. I was playing it. I made this 2 days ago, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and that's I'm gonna come back to it and then just shoot the video. And that coming back to it can give you a sense of clarity, especially with how your ears are feeling, whether there's any ear fatigue, and just how you felt with the vibe, you know. So this is how the vibe I was feeling when I made this second sequence, and I came back to that. I'm like, nah, that drum break, that drum pattern for this sequence, not feeling it. So I'm gonna play the first one and I'm gonna jump right into the second. So this is the first sequence, and then we're about to jump into the second right now, right here. I like the snare work. So that's what's happening with the second sequence. I was fucking with it 2 days ago, but now I'm not. Reason being is because I hear a little bit of subtleties, just hearing it over and over. I feel like there's too much pumping happening, and that could be just from the placement, that could be on the side chain, but I do like what the side chain is doing in the right time, space, pump and breathe in the first sequence. But when it comes to that second, it's like pump, like too much going on. So I'm gonna just simplify things, and again, hopefully you guys can see clear. I'm gonna just marry the first sequence drum pattern to the second, and we're just gonna keep it going from there. So as I move and I talk, this should be all on your screen from the top down view from the GoPro. So let's see how we do this. So this is no scripted thing, so let's go. Let's see. right here. I'm in the pattern sequence right here. I want that drum break right here. This kick. This is what pattern is this? I think it's track 6. Let's see. And of course I'm gonna break the mix down, so I'm going to track 6 right here. This is where I have my drums. And this is actually the wrong place I wanted it. I actually wanted it on track 5, so don't get thrown up by track 6 going to track 5. I'm gonna fix that. So I believe that's pad bank C. I'm gonna copy all of this. So right now, there's the start of it right here. Let's get that piece right here. That's the part I want. So it's actually on 7. So we're gonna copy that. Let's actually go over here. We're gonna marry this. So copy from sequence 1 to sequence 2, track 6 to track 5, replace. Right. So now we're on sequence 2, track 5, same kit. We're gonna mute this. And I think if I move it along, see if I get that right here, 7, and it should be like that. Perfect. So let's clean that up. So it's a 7. Copy this. 8. Copy. Move it out all the way where the track starts. Let's paste it. Paste. Paste. Let's hear it back now. Now see that part I don't like. So see, this is the cleaning up. This is the grid editing that comes with this. So we're gonna delete this. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Delete. These are bars, so that's what we're doing right here. Now we're gonna take 1, paste that on 2, 3 is already done, paste it on 4, 5 is already done, paste it on 6, 7 is already done. Let's hear it back without 8. Everything sounds on beat. Not bad. So that's how it sounds with those 7 bars. 8 bar being silent without the kicks. But let's see if I put that kick on 8, those kick patterns on 8, and see how they sound. Let's see. Let's put it on 8 right here. Let's see what you get. I could deal with it, but I think the last 2 I'm gonna take out. So this is what goes into it. Everything is intentional. So when I play that back, I'm right back in. Perfect. So I like how that sounds. I'm gonna do a little more tweaking on this one. I think on sequence 1, I'm gonna fix that, get that to sound right. Let's make that sound right. So I believe I would take this. You see here, I'm going to replace or move. Let's do move. Yeah, sequence 1, and we're gonna do track 6 to tracks 5. I hope I did it right. Let's see. Replace. Yeah, let's add the drums in. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that's what I want. I have like a weird, how you say, unorganized, organized, fictitious thing in my mind, how these structures of beats should go, or these tracks should go. So I usually, if people ask why I have it labeled like this, track 1 in the MPC world is my sample, track 2 is my bass, track 3 is my hats, track 4 is my snares, track 5 is my kicks, 6 will be a drum bus, anything afterwards would be an afterthought, especially if you come with different programs and different sequences. That's what plays on in my head. And if I keep it organized like that, I can always backtrack in any song that I do. In the mixer world, 1 and 2 stereo sample, 3 bass, hats, 4, 5 snare, kick, 6, 7, 8 is drum bus. Anything afterwards is an afterthought. I always keep it like that to have some kind of structure, because with audio, anything can just get, thrown away. So that's how I pretty much do it. So couple people asked me a couple questions. How do I got it sounding crazy out the box? Because it is a nice beast of a machine. But I always have some presets set up in the DAW world to get that sound, so I don't have to do. I do minimal mixing, because remember, the goal prior to mixing is just getting your levels to sound right. Even if I do a beat that I don't like and I delete or I keep it later, you just want to get a rough feel after leveling how it would sound with a rough mix. So 3 things I usually keep in the DAW world, running through UAD Apollo and then FL Studio. I have a preamp in a unison slot. I always keep something in there, Neve, SSL, something, just to get a color. And then from there, trying to emulate how you say a studio console. I'll go into tape. Have a 456 tape machine, with very little input, just driving the coloration, a little bit of calibration, and the IPS, inches per second on the tape, is 30. Give it some low end. And this goes for every beat, because this is not how you say static. So I will change it once the mix come into play. This is just big on the leveling aspect, just to make sure I get an idea of how my mix is sounding, even if I don't like the beat and I want to delete it. After that, I keep a compression in the aux bus, hence it will be your master bus if you don't have UAD. And I usually play it safe either with an API 2500 or the SSL console, the G bus compressor. 30 attack, slowest attack, fastest release, and very little push on the threshold, just to see how it sounds glued together. If I want to hear something subtle and transparent, I'll probably pop on the RNC, the real nice compressor by FMR. But very rarely I do that. That's just like an afterthought. I want to hear how things are glued together. And then this is what I'm doing right now. But most of the time I will have the last piece of a plugin on the master bus going into tape. Why you do that before versus after mixing? Because you want to mix into tape. That's what they usually do in the studio in the console. They don't put that tape after they done stitched everything together. They want to see it worked in, and then they adjust in real time. So I try to emulate that, for lack of a better term, and it works out. Because then I can see, okay, I'm doing too much on the leveling, okay, I'm doing less. With just that setting as a preset, I can sketch 5 beats today, and I'll hear ideal, and then when I work on the ideal, and I'll be like, okay, I'm fucking with this, I'll keep it, and I'll bring it back to the mixing stage. And then the other 3 beats or whatever beats come later, I'll be like, all right, nah, I'm not fucking with that. And this is just a rough mix. This is a rough mix. So whatever you hear is what you hear from here, and then when it's time to mix it, I get more in depth. So this is what we have so far. So let's. I think this will be like the verse. And then say we want to fuck around and go to the hook. We get this right here. Sounds beautiful. Very simple. Come right back in. This might be my intro. I'm still debating what I'm gonna do with this. I might cut or keep, depending on how I feel. But just know after that 6 bars, 7 to 8, that loop starts.
Don't worry about me. We got cocaine and coffee here. We're gonna get wide and have a big party.
And then we coming back in. So this is, now let's talk about the leveling, right? So again, hopefully you guys can see my screen, but we in the program editor screen. We going to the out. I ain't even mixed anything yet, but this is just how it sounds right now. I was like, I'm gonna put some hats on this, but I even didn't. I just left it. I think it just sounds great the way it is. Just build on that. Kick sounds good. I might up it a little to 113. You can see some side chain happening aside from my voice. And what I did is I did a little adjustment on the Tascam mixer just to make sure I'm getting a little bit, at least from 4 to 5 dB of gain reduction for the side chain. So without this preset in the mixing world, this would sound hot and heavy. I'll show you bypass. Everything is just like up, down. Nothing is like cohesively mixed or leveled. And this is exaggerated too. I can even get more exaggerated if I turn all the plugins off. We can even give that a shot. Let's see what we get. Just to show you what this rough mix is doing. Turn that off. Turn off the preamp. That's low because I'm running it through the DI box. So let's put it back on. Tape after. SSL compressor. And the Pultec EQ. And I'm getting about like 2 dB gains reduction on the SSL. And that's it. So now I'm gonna check the second sequence. Up the kick a little bit to 113, like how I liked it. And I think again, maybe the mainly goal for this video is just getting your levels to sound right, because that's the source. Once that sounds good, anything else after that is fair game. If the source ain't sounding right, you can still have a bad mix. No matter what you do in the DAW world, there will be a lot of tweaking going on. That's the main takeaway. And again, looking at the MPC screen, they didn't really do much. They didn't add no filters. They didn't add no release points or sustain. I just left everything default the way it is. Mute groups are the same, and I just upped it by 1 pitch. Let's go back in. So I think I'm gonna let this loop. Yeah, I think I might let this loop, and then do something different. So let's watch me have that, and I think we got a beat right here. Let's fix that out real quick. So I'm gonna just copy this sequence 1. We're gonna copy that to sequence 3. So let's copy sequence 3 done, and rename it sequence 3. Enter, close, and I'm gonna let this rock out the way it does. So I'm gonna just mute this for the kick, track 5 mute, and in sequence 1 I'm gonna edit it, come back here. This is sequence 1, track 5. I'm gonna take this. Forgive me if I'm moving too fast. I'd be out of here. Let's copy this. It's the kick, right? It's the kick. So I think what I'm about to do, let's go back to track 1 first. Yeah, let's go here. I want to stick with this. We gotta clean all of this up first, so let's clean all of this up. This extra fluff, I should say. Delete all of that, so let's pick that. Right there. All the way to bar 7. Keep that. And bring it all the way down. Delete. And then when I go here, 5. All the way to 7. I want to keep 7. Delete all of that. And I think 7 and 8. That's what I want. That's all I want. So we're gonna copy this. Bring that in here. Copy. I live in a grid editor, by the way. I live in here, the sample window and the program mixer window. That's all I live in. Paste. So now we can just set this back to 1. Do our kicks. All right, where kicks at? This is what happens, man. This is what happens. We're almost done. Yeah, copy this. Copy. All the way back. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. And then we gotta do the snares. I'm not gonna keep y'all waiting. Right here. So let's get that. Copy all of that. Copy. Snares. Gotta live it out there. Now we done. That's simple. Just that simple. And then I already know Sacred Street is gonna be my intro. I can put this to 1.
Don't worry about me. We got cocaine and coffee here. We're gonna get wide and have a big party.
We in. Also, y'all let me know how to mix the sound in your side of the screen. Make sure to let me know how to mix the sound in the comments. I'm always looking for feedback, constructive criticism. Y'all let me know in the comments. Feel free. This is an open door policy, and I'm here to learn just as much as well as teach. Definitely. So I'm gonna just add one more plugin, and I think we gotta call it a day from here. What we're gonna do from here is add one more plugin on the tape side, and I'll probably do a later mix, rough mix afterwards. But obviously, the ideal of this is just leveling. So let's add that in here. And I mix into it. I mix into it. Put some flutter, put some wow. There it is. 72. And that's it. Make sure y'all follow me on bonafidebeats.com. Bonafidebeats20 on everything. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Let me know if y'all got any questions.
Don't worry about me. We got cocaine and coffee here. We're gonna get wide and have a big party.